Hello everyone, this is OGAE Azerbaijan, and today we have another special guest. This time the artist comes all the way from Croatia. She's a globe-trotting singer with a string of hits to her name. She is the one and only Mia Dimšić.
Would you run away? Would you run away with me? Would you run away? Would you run away?
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. What about you?
Likewise, it's a beautiful sunny day in Croatia. I mean, the sun is setting now, but it was just a beautiful day, and I'm glad to end it with this conversation.
Great, thank you. Mia, before starting our interview, can you please introduce yourself with your own words? Who is Mia Dimšić?
So yeah, my name is Mia. I'm 29 years old. I'm a singer-songwriter. I graduated from English and German language and literature, translation studies. So I was like about to become a translator, and then music entered my life. I mean, it was always a part of my life as a hobby, but then it just came about as a huge opportunity to actually record and put out my own music, and I accepted it, and here I am doing something entirely different than was planned, but I'm like I wouldn't change a thing, and I'm just going through life, enjoying life, writing about my feelings, personal experiences, and I'm so honored to be able to perform one of my own songs in Eurovision.
Great. And actually, as you mentioned, like you started your career with a band, right?
Of course, that's one of my favorite stories ever. I love retelling it. I actually wasn't a member of that band, but they just invited me to go with them on tour as a female vocal soloist, which doesn't seem odd at first. But when I tell you the context, that at that time I was a student of languages, I was just like, I was gigging for myself, as a hobby, like had an acoustic duo, performed all over, but I never considered it would ever become a full-time job. And then they invited me because literally at that point, no one else could go. And it was a 1 month long States and Canada tour where we performed for like a lot of Croatian people who live in the States and Canada. So for me to be invited on a tour like that without one original song, without any stage experience, without any album out or anything, it was just like it was a one-time opportunity. So I accepted it and I enjoyed every moment of it. And during that tour, I met my manager, who was also managing that tour. So one night I grabbed my guitar and sang a little bit of country, which is still my favorite genre to this day. And he just said, "Let's do something together. Maybe you should do this instead of what you're studying in college." So yeah, that's how it all came about. And I soon got a major record label deal and put out my first single, and the rest is history.
Amazing. Then Mia, who is actually your musical inspiration, or who influenced you music-wise?
Definitely Taylor Swift is number one. She's like my biggest influence. I just love not only the way she sings, the way she writes, the way, like, the stuff she says, her work ethic, her attitude on life in general. I just think she's such an intelligent human being and such a hardworking human. So I really like everything about her, and I look up to her so much. Then Ed Sheeran is definitely one of the big ones. Like the last book I read was an Ed Sheeran biography, and it was amazing. Also, like Celine Dion was one of my first big influences from like the international scene. Then also singer-songwriter Jewel is one of my favorites. Then Katie Mello. So like a lot of really, sharp-minded singer-songwriter women and men who just put their own life experiences to songs, and that's amazing.
And if I'm not mistaken, Jewel is the one also who is representing, I don't know which state, but she's in American Song Contest.
Is she?
I think
Wow.
so, if I'm not mistaken.
She's from Alaska originally. Maybe she's representing Alaska.
Perhaps.
Oh my God, that woman is, I'm starstruck now that you told me. Like, I can't even believe that I am in a contest that's like parallel to the contest she's in. That's crazy, And I really like the idea of the American Song Contest. I think it'll be amazing.
Then Mia, you have 6 singles which became #1 on the Croatian charts. So what's the secret?
Wow, I don't know. Sometimes when people retell me my life and like this little musical CV that I have, I sometimes can't quite believe it's me, because I just think my life is so magical. So maybe that would be the secret. The moment I decided my life was magical and that I lived the best life ever and that I just loved myself the way I was, that was literally the moment when my life changed, like everything, my perspective on things. I started, being inspired, writing better music, being more confident. And my third single was actually my first breakthrough hit. And after that, literally everything just opened up for me. And a lot of the songs I put out later on also went to #1, which is crazy still. And I just think it was like a lot of hard work, then also a lot of luck. But I think luck always comes together with hard work. And without hard work, there isn't even luck. So yeah, just I wrote what I sincerely felt, and I had a huge support from my team to really be myself. So I think that was the key.
And as you mentioned, you just released your third album. So in 2017, Život mi je siv, then Božićno jutro, and in 2019, an album called Sretan
Sretan
Put.
put.
Can you please explain each album of yours and how different they are to previous ones? And how did you evolve through these years as artist?
Wow, that's an incredible question. My debut album was Život mi je siv. It was named after that same song that was my breakthrough hit. When we were recording it, I practically went into the studio. I was completely clueless. I had no idea literally what a studio was. So I was like just learning a lot of the stuff along the way. So I think like the magic of this album, it actually got Album of the Year award later on. But the magic of this album was that I was just so clueless. I had no idea what I was doing. And I think that maybe that innocence and this just childlike approach, like, I just want to do what I like. I don't care if anyone else likes it. I think that's like what put magic to it. And also it was heavily pop country influenced. And from my collaborators, when I told them I wanted to do pop country, they were like, okay, who does pop country in Croatia? But I was like, that's the only sound I want. That's the only sound I can picture myself in. So in the end, I ended up going mainstream, actually, with a genre that was like, yeah, I mean, there was pop country artists, but like very little, and it was never played on radio much. So I am glad that I really followed my own path. Then and in the same year, yeah, we recorded a Christmas album as well. My popularity was kind of rising very suddenly. So my record label was like, maybe you should just like really use this and give this another push with a Christmas album. And my band and I have like 4 amazing guys in my band from the beginning. We went into the studio. I think we made it in like 3 weeks. We literally didn't leave the studio. It was very intense and very hard, but it also had this like magic, we just went into the studio and started jamming with each other. So I think that's why I love it still. I still like love to listen to it during Christmas time. Also, I'm a huge Christmas lover, so that might also add to the magic. And then my last album, Sretan Put, was done in an entirely different way. That was like the first time I wrote together with my collaborators. Before that, we would like write the songs separately and then choose like the best ones. But now we'll say like, let's give it another twist and just write together. So that was my first experience with session writing. So that was very also like gave some new twists to the album. So yeah, every album just was made differently and everyone has its vibe. So also the last one was due to the circumstances, done a lot via Skype, via Viber, mail. A lot of it was like distance writing and recording. But yeah, I still think I prefer to sit down in a room with someone and just be like present throughout the whole creative experience. But those were just the circumstances. So yeah, I'm happy with every album. I think I've evolved a lot since, my first song came out when I was 23. I'm 29 now. So of course, my musical tastes, everything about me has changed drastically. So I'm very much looking forward to my English album, my first one, which I'm planning to put out end of this year or maybe even beginning of 2023. And yeah, I can't wait for you to hear it.
We're looking forward for that. Because actually I was also listening yesterday to some of your music and I was like, oh my God, like I really would like to listen more from you.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you like it.
Then Mia, let's play a mini game. I prepared for you some quick fire questions based on your singles. Are you ready to answer?
I think I am.
Okay. So first one, what color is life?
Well, life is many colors, but it's definitely not gray. Yeah, I think life is like all colors, and every shade and every color is just part of the cycle.
Second question, whom or what Mia dreams about?
Hmm. I dream about like going around the world with my band and just playing music in every state in the world. Like that's my, when someone asks me how do you see your ideal life, I just always see airports somehow and just dream of flying around the world.
Third one, sun, cloud, wind, or rain?
Definitely sun. Yeah, especially now that we had a long winter behind us, so I'm looking forward to spring and summer.
Then what's the first thing you do in Christmas morning?
Wow, in Christmas morning, yeah, I get up, I hug my family, we look at our presents, and we have breakfast.
Then besides clock, what's moving?
Oh, wow. Everything's moving constantly, like every atom, every molecule, everything is, I think, vibrating all the time, but we don't perceive it. But that's the magic of life.
Nice. As a last question for the mini game, what's your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure is rewatching Dawson's Creek over and over again, even though I already know all the episodes and it's boring, but I still can't stop watching it.
Okay, but let's move to Eurovision now. So how did you decide to join Dora 2022?
It was very spontaneous. Most of the things me and my team do are kind of last minute. So I think the deadline for submitting the songs was maybe like in 2 weeks or something. And then my manager said, let's submit maybe Guilty Pleasure to Dora, because it was like supposed to be my first English single. And then I was like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. I like wasn't sure at first, but then I noticed that next morning when I woke up, like it was still in my head, like scratching me somewhere. So that's how I always knew something was a good idea. And then I said like, but we only have 2 weeks, there's no way we're going to be able to like mix and master the song and everything. And he was like, okay, well, let's maybe try. And then we didn't like do it. And then one night we were talking, we're not going to be able to make it, and like at that precise moment, an ad appeared on TV, like they moved the dates for submitting the song. So we had like 2 additional weeks. And I really believe in signs and synchronicities. So we just looked at each other and like, yeah, I mean, this is not even a question anymore. We have to do it because like the universe is saying we have to. So that's how I ended up going. And I'm so glad I did, because even without winning and going to Eurovision, it would be like such an amazing, enriching experience.
We're also glad that you applied. Otherwise, I think we won't talk now, right?
Yeah, of course. And the people I've met so far, just because of Dora and Eurovision, oh my God, it's amazing. Like the experiences that I got and the experiences that I'm about to get when I go to Turin. It's crazy.
Mia, what's the message you want to convey to your listeners with Guilty Pleasure?
Okay, well, that's a tricky one. With Guilty Pleasure, I wrote it because I really did like have a dream about a guy for literally 5 nights in a row. So after 5th night, I was like, dude, this is too much. This has got to stop. This is starting to get on my nerves. So normally when something gets on my nerves, I write a song about it, and that's how I feel better. So I wrote about it, and I thought of, this whole process that we go through in every relationship, where in the beginning it's like all beautiful and ideal, then maybe someone new and more exciting happens and you're like, what do I do now? So I'm pretty sure that like everyone has felt that at least once in their lifetime. People who say they didn't, just they're lying to themselves. So I kind of felt, yeah, maybe someone is going through that, and maybe someone will feel better after listening to it, even though I still don't have a conclusion. A lot of people ask me, well, what's the conclusion of the song? I'm like, I don't know. I just think everyone has to do what they feel is right for them. Someone will like stay in that safe relationship. Someone will go crazy and just go for something else. But the important thing is that we as a society have to respect everything. You know, we can't judge people because they have like, I don't know, 3 marriages behind them or something like that. We as a society do that a lot. And I think like the message that I want to convey with this song is like, it's okay to fantasize about someone else. It's okay to like maybe even be in love with more people, you know, maybe it's not a sin. Maybe it's just being human.
A great message, actually. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Then Mia, are you actually planning to change the language of the song?
I am actually at this moment considering every option, because at first I was a little bit skeptical as a translator, not meant to be, with like doing the Croatian lyrics, because I was pretty sure that once you write something in English originally, that just the melody is different, and I was like, the Croatian lyrics won't fit, it will feel forced, and I was very skeptical, and I know I was wrong now, because the comments are like so good. People are surprised. I'm surprised. I really love the Croatian version now. So yeah, at this moment, I can't even decide which version I prefer. Original is always the original, but like this version for me has a different emotion, like different vibe. So yeah, we'll see. Anything's possible.
There's no deadline for that, like changing the language, right?
We had to like send in this vocal stems. So there are like parts where backing vocals sing in English, but like even if I decide to maybe mix or something, I like really don't care, because it sounds cool, you know. It sounds like I did it on purpose. So don't say it, don't tell anyone that it's not on purpose.
Okay. Then what to expect actually Eurovision 2022? So how do you plan to make your staging to stand out?
I'm currently also working on that intensely with my team. We are changing my Dora performance, so everything will be like different. Even like the atmosphere will be in different colors. I'll have a different styling. So there's a lot of changes. I'm very excited about them as well. I will try to keep things surprise, at least till the first rehearsal, but it will still be like this intimate, emotional atmosphere that I think is suitable for the song, because it is a song like about a dream. So everything should be hazy and intimate.
It was also very dreamy, I would say, for Dora. I mean, like a lovely girl with guitar, and it was really beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. People in Croatia are not used to seeing me in black. So for them, it was like, oh my God, she's in black. You know, some liked it, some didn't. But I think it's just natural with topics like that.
But we are changing black to something colorful, right?
Yes, we are. I mean, there won't be like screaming colors, because it's just not that type of song, I think. But we are definitely adding a bit more color.
Then have you heard the other songs which you are gonna compete against?
Of course, I listen to them a lot of times. There's so many songs I love. I think generally this Eurovision is a ballad dominant Eurovision, I think, which I like, because I'm very much a ballad type of person myself. Right now, my favorites would be Italy, Sweden, and Netherlands. And also, I really like Iceland, the folk vibe that it has. Also, I like Armenia. So yeah, so many good songs this year. I can't wait.
So it's actually pop country you are going for as well, because Armenia and Iceland has also this country vibes, as well as Netherlands, I will say. But if I ask to pick one, which one is your favorite? Who will get your 12 points?
It keeps changing, but this week I'm very much in the hold me closer mood. So I think like Sweden would get 12 points today. Maybe tomorrow Italy, who knows? It just keeps changing depending on my mood.
Then, what's the one thing from your home country that you simply cannot go to Turin without?
I hope I will get to bring some Slavonian. That's my region in Croatia is called Slavonia, and we are famous for like really good food and homemade meat. And this kind of shots called rakia, like it's similar to like a lot of other Balkan countries. They also have it. So I will try to bring some rakia with me and offer it to the other artists and delegations. They have to try it, and I won't be going by plane because we're pretty near Turin. So that's a good thing. I will be able to bring some food and some drinks.
Okay. Then, do you have any message for your fans?
Yeah, definitely. I just want to say thank you all so much for just supporting Eurovision and Eurovision artists so much, because without you, we wouldn't be having such a great time this year. And also, yeah, I just want to say people that they should just enjoy life and just relax and chill, because I think we tend to take life too seriously every day, all of us. And it's just a huge fun game where we play roles with each other. So yeah, just guys, have fun and enjoy this year's Eurovision.
And Mia, since you are you said that you are studying language, perhaps it's time to learn a little bit Azerbaijani.
Okay, why not? This is my first opportunity to learn it.
So would you like to know how we say your song in our language?
Absolutely. Is there really a phrase like that's equivalent to guilty pleasure?
Not really. That's another thing. It's kind of like literal translation. We don't have that exact like.
Croatians also don't, so that's what I was asking.
So guilty would be günahkar.
Günahkar.
Yes. Pleasure is zevk.
Zövk.
Yes. Perfect.
Günahkar zövk.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I will practice a little bit more till May.
Okay.
Okay.
Perhaps you will sing in Azerbaijani then.
Yeah, I mean, there's still time.
Yes. Then the last thing what I would like to ask you, if it's possible, can you sing a little bit of your song?
Yeah, definitely. I can. Do you want me to sing in English or Croatian?
Let's do Croatian.
Vrijeme je za nas, možda vrijeme je za nas, vrijeme je za nas, vrijeme je za nas. Još jedna noć bez zvijezda, još jedan dan bez imena, još jedan dugo bez dan, još jedan san.
Thank you very much for this great opportunity. It's such a pleasure for me to talk to you.
Thank you so much. Likewise. It was such a nice conversation.
Thank you very much once more and hope to see you.
Absolutely. Bye.
Bye-bye.